Yokoso minasan, I'm Leo, I'm the professional weeb, and today I'm reacting to Kaguya-sama Love is War episode 2. Oh boy, the first episode of Kaguya-sama was probably my favorite episode that I've seen honestly, in the last few years. I really enjoyed it. It was a very strong start for this anime, and this anime might end up being as my favorite anime of the season. It definitely has some of the best girls in this season, and definitely some of the best comedy that I've seen in anime in recent years. So I can't wait to get more of the show. As I stated previously in my last review, I believe more characters will be introduced in this episode. I think at least one new character will be introduced. It may be Kaguya's maid that was briefly shown at the end of the last episode, or perhaps we get a friend of Shirogane's, because as I said, he doesn't really have anybody else that's only close to him and not to Kaguya. So I'm expecting one of those two characters to be introduced and maybe more fleshed out in this episode. But other than that, I am not exactly sure where they're going with the comic moments. It can really go anywhere, to be honest. It'll probably be some random stuff. I mean, last time we got that scene with with the food, basically the what do you call it, the bento boxes, and that was quite a random scene, quite a random idea for comedy, but it definitely worked well. So I don't know what we're going to get in this episode, but I'm sure it's going to be funny. So without further ado, guys, let's start this episode in 3, 2, 1, let's jam! So we're getting the same intro that we did in the first episode as well. I'm wondering if they will use like this scene for every single episode from now on. I don't mind it, but you know how I am. I want as much new content as possible. So hopefully they don't use this intro for every single episode. The person who falls in love first loses. Okay, so this opening, last time I said that I liked it, but after listening to it on YouTube quite a few times, to be honest, I probably listen to it every day or every other day, something like that, since I've seen the first episode. It really grew on me. It's definitely one of my favorite of the season. Not because I think the animation or the song is particularly strong compared to the rest of anime from this season, but mainly because so different, so unique. I wasn't expecting this kind of opening for a rom-com anime. It's definitely a nice touch to, and brings in this atmosphere that's unique to Kaguya-sama, and it really does work well. So I'm liking it. As for my favorite opening of this season, it's hard to tell. It's probably a tie right now. I wouldn't say a tie. I think Domestic no Kanojo has a really strong opening. I haven't seen the anime. I know nothing about the anime, but I've seen the opening, so that's a strong one. But my favorite so far has to be the Kakegurui opening. It's really stylish. If you haven't seen it, just go on YouTube and check it out. It's really fantastic. But yeah, it's time for some Kaguya-sama. Wonder what they have in store for us this episode. By the way, there's some construction going outside, so if you guys hear that, I apologize. I can't do much about it. We're gonna have to live with it. But hopefully you can't hear it. Okay, so they have a message to deliver. Okay, so we get the same introduction that we got in the first episode. Yeah, it looks like it's exactly the same animation. It's funny how they show all her accomplishments. But yeah, we've seen this scene already. You know, with the intro scene that we had before the opening, and now that they're introducing them once again, like in the first episode, I hope this is not a recurring trend in every single episode, because as I said, I want as much new content as possible, and this is something that I've already seen. So hopefully maybe they just do it this time, and from now on we get more new content. I like how they're always in the limelight there, and everybody is pretty much shipping them. So we're not the only one shipping them. Pretty much every single one in the school is shipping them. To be honest, even they ship these relationships. The way her hair moves. Oh. A line is mown. A line phone is mown. Oh look, that was the maid in the background over there. True. To be honest, I need a new phone as well. I need to look into this line phones. Maybe get me a line as well. Okay, so they're going to make this episode about getting her number, basically. That's going to be the theme for this first part, at least. Love. So I'm wondering what will he do to get her number if he can't just ask her. Maybe he's going to ask a friend of hers or something. Ask her, be asked for it. Yeah, she does. She totally is interested in it. She's showing her cute side again. Her last resort. Let's see what she's gonna start. She's faking crying. Didn't she have like a special ability to that was passed from generation to generation? Yeah. Oh no. She's winning. Why does she have a flip phone though? Isn't she like super rich? Exactly. This was quite a short scene. Chika wants to go somewhere. You know, Chika is quite cute as well. The art style is really, really good. I think it's even. Did they improve it from the last episode a little bit? Everything looks like so clean. Every drawing looks really, really nice. They also do a lot more backgrounds this time. Last time there were very few backgrounds. I mean, the ones that I did were really cool. But yeah. Oh, that's a cute dream to have. It's not going to be the mountains. We need to we need to get a beach episode like in every anime. We need to see them in swimsuits. That's what the fan base really wants. Yes, we got it! Victory! Swimsuit Kaguya. Fellow weebs, today we've succeeded. We've seen her in a swimsuit. I'm actually really bad at swimming too. I can like swim for maybe 5 minutes and I just sink to the bottom. Oh, she's dying. How cute I can. Of course she has a private beach. Why wouldn't she? I mean. But I wonder where Chika wants to go, since she's the one who came up with the idea. She probably doesn't want to go to either of those two places. You know, she has a point. Between mountains and the sea, I definitely prefer the sea. It's much more nice for a holiday rather than, I don't know. I've never been a fan of the mountains. What a predicament. Do we get to see her in swimsuit again as well? Of course they're going to make this joke. Yeah. Oh, he's doing it. That was smart. Yeah, bah. Just go to Tokyo or something. The Montessori? What is that? I'm not familiar with it. Oh. Damn. She has some twisted ideas. Yeah, she's a little scary. Okay, so I think she's going to be the main focus for this episode. Okay, so who's this guy? Romantic veteran. Zero. He must have zero. Yeah, exactly, none. I mean, should he really care? It's not like she isn't a virgin as well. Yeah. Because you never asked anybody before. Yeah. Yeah, confessing is hard. It's hard, but you still have to try it. Yeah, she's not into you, man. What? The He's giving bad advices. Yeah, she was making fun of it. Damn, he's a really bad. Shirogane may be like really smart, but he doesn't understand the situation at all. The voice animations is really funny. Bacana. It's funny how Kaguya is the only one who understands other girls' feelings. Are they going to fall in love? This is so awkward. That never works, man. That will just make her think that you're a creep or something. But of course it works on Kaguya. She's weird. Oh. And she's hearing all of this. Oh, is he going to say it? Nah, he's too prideful. Back to her chest again. Oh, that's so cute of him. Those were his real thoughts. Oh! So he faked that. But he didn't really fake it, he actually thinks that way. She's so happy. It worked! Oh my god! It actually worked! I thought she's going to think he's a creep. She's so nice. Oh, we got an ending this time. I actually heard the song, but I never seen the video. I was listening to like an anime radio and heard the song. But I never knew it was from Kaguya. Okay. So we get more of her in this ending, so probably she's going to play a major role in future episodes. Aww. And that guy with the hair on over his eye seems like he'll be a major part in the future. Oh. Damn, this actually such a such cool visuals. I really like the clothing that they are wearing as well. That's a nice dream to have. Oh, that's a really nice ending. But yeah, guys, I'll review this episode in just a bit. Okay, people, so Kaguya-sama episode 2. Where to start with this episode's review? It definitely was a lot simpler than the previous episode, and the scenes felt a bit shorter in a way. I think that's mainly because this episode had an ending, and as well at the beginning of the episode it was we got a reintroduction basically to Kaguya and Shirogane, which was shown in the previous episode. So the amount of content that we got was not as much as in the previous episode. But this anime in general goes really fast, you know. I thought it barely started and it was already over, you know. I'm a big fan of this anime. And probably when you're having fun watching something, time definitely passes way faster. But in this episode we got three different scenes. I guess I'll talk about each of them and talk about their strongest point, maybe their weakest point. And the first one was the one with the smartphone. It was interesting that we got more character development in a way. It was interesting that Shirogane is really cheap and he didn't want to buy a smartphone basically for all this time, even though everybody pretty much has one. And Kaguya still uses her old phone despite the fact that she's actually rich, you know, and she could buy any smartphone she wanted, but she's attached to the one that she used since kindergarten, so that was really cute of her. In general, this first segment about the smartphones was focused on Kaguya and making her look as cute as possible, and they definitely did a good job. I want to really praise the animation studio for the animation in general in this episode. It was a lot more fluent in a way. When she got up from the chair, you know, or when she was moving her feet, right? The animation, while it was simple, it wasn't like something incredibly hard to do. It was really fluent. It looked really nice. So they probably did more frames than they usually do for those scenes in particular, and it definitely showed, and I can appreciate that. But other than that, it was quite a short segment. We got cute Kaguya, and she even managed to fool Shirogane. It was a good bit of the episode. I don't think it was as funny as the bits that we got in the previous episodes, and probably even in this episode that was, I would say, the weakest part of this episode. But then again, I enjoyed myself, so don't take this as my criticism for this scene, because I really liked it anyway. But the scenes that followed were a lot better. That being said, the trip scenes, we had to get that, right? The highlight of the part of the episode was basically the two girls in swimsuit. I was expecting at a point to get like a beach episode or something like that, because let's be honest, every anime has that, and you know, that stuff sells. Like it or not, people are going to buy like figurines or whatever not they're going to buy. Plus, you know, it's such an anime thing to have a beach episode at this point. It becomes a meme in itself, you know. That being said, the jokes about their breast size were as expected, you know. Every anime pretty much does that thing. So it was not original per se, but what I noticed during this part, I even mentioned it during the episode, the art style looked a lot cleaner during this part of the episode, and they even did a lot of backgrounds, like when they're going to the mountains and to the sea as well. There were a lot of different backgrounds, and to be honest, this show, it mainly exists inside the room, the student council room. So you only get to see backgrounds from that place mainly, as well as special effect backgrounds, like when they do the lines, or you know, the black and white square patterns in the back. Those things are done on a computer, right? They're not actually drawn, those backgrounds. So it's really cool that they did some more hand-drawn backgrounds from the mountains and the sea, and yeah, I can appreciate that. Definitely the production for this episode, with the more fluent animation and as well as the art style and more backgrounds, definitely seemed a bit higher than the previous episode, but I don't know, maybe it's just in my mind. But yeah, definitely nice touch. And the last part as well, bad advice, bad love advice is not work. That's pretty much sums it up. It was it was funny how bad Shirogane is at understanding woman, and it's funny that even Kaguya, despite the fact that she understands other girls as well, the things that Shirogane told that guy that came to him actually worked on Kaguya as well. And at the end of the episode, I didn't believe it. Those guys ended up being in a relationship. So yeah, that was that was unexpected. I totally expected the girl that he has a crush on to call him a creep or something like that, because that's way too proactive from his side. But you know, if it works, it works. You know? At the end of the day, Shirogane is the alpha male that every girl wants, I guess. I don't know. But again, this last scene made Kaguya look really cute, and pretty much the focus of this entire episode was how cute can we make Kaguya be. That was the highlights of the episode. Oh well, the highlight was probably the girls in swimsuits. That was probably what what the vast majority of people were looking forward to. But I appreciate the moments where Kaguya is actually showing her true self, and not have this iron front defense that she usually does. But yeah, other than that, there's not that much to talk about it. The comedy as a whole for the entire episode, it felt less original, because obviously we got the swimsuit part. That was you get something like that in every anime. And yeah, to be honest, the first episode had overall better comedy, or at least I perceived it to be better comedy. But it's not like this episode was not enjoyable. It definitely did a lot of things right. What it didn't do is introduce another character, but what they did do was have some more focus on our three main characters. Everyone kind of got a bit of more spotlight during this episode. So they're probably going to introduce the newer characters in next episode, I would assume. But this episode served more as getting us comfortable with the main cast of the show. It was nice. It was good that we got more time with them. But I still kind of think it would have been better if at least one of the three segments was with a new important character. Like, I'm pretty much sure that the guy that wanted to confess to his crush, we're not going to see him anymore. He is just a minor character just for that segment. But yeah, I'm expecting to see more of the maid in the next episode, and maybe the guy with the hair over his eye. He was featured in the ending as well, so he seems like someone who is important and will play a major part in future episodes. Other than that, the ending, I really like the song. It's really cute, really nice. I heard it before, so yeah, it maybe that's why I liked it so much. You know, the more you hear a song, the more you are likely to hear it. That's like some kind of human psychology thing. So it was good. I liked the animation as well. I liked the clothing was really interesting. It was like early 1920, something like that, clothing style, Western clothing. Maybe a bit later, 1940, something like that. We got the really old plays as well, so it was design wise, I really appreciate what they did with the ending. But what I know that's going to happen, and I think it's the ending. I believe there's a second version of this ending with Chika dancing or something like that. I know it's really popular. I haven't seen it yet. I'm still going to watch it blind, but I've heard so many people talk about this, so it's something that I'm expecting to see. So when I've seen this ending, I didn't expect. I totally expected it to be the dancing one, but perhaps it's something that we'll see in the next episode, or perhaps after the halfway point of this anime. I really don't know. But my overall thoughts on this episode, it was good. It wasn't as good as the first one, but it was still very much enjoyable, and I still very much am looking forward to the next episode. And hopefully you guys will come on this journey with me. And if you guys enjoyed it, and if you made it this far, please go ahead and like this video. It really helps the channel grow a ton. So please do that. Other than that, you can, as always, check my Patreon. You can watch the next episode 1 week earlier or so, a few days earlier, because I'm going to upload maybe 2 or even 3 if I get the time, 3 episodes of Kaguya per week. So yeah, look forward to that. But you can watch the next episode basically earlier if you go to my Patreon. As well, you can join the Discord and you know all the other cool perks that come with my Patreon. Go and check it out for yourself. Think if it's worth it for you. If it's worth it, it supports my channel. So thank you very much if you do check this out. And hopefully we get to meet again in the next reaction for Kaguya-sama, and maybe even my other reactions. You know, I have a bunch of other anime I'm reacting to, so go check that out if this is the first time you see my channel. But for now, I've been Leo, the professional weeb, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Sayonara!